Hey guys, what's going on? Good God, look at the hair. Hair is absolutely, hopefully my wife cuts it. She said she was going to tonight. And well, I'm recording a couple videos here, so yeah, you're gonna see the crazy here. Anyways, let's talk about the album. This is an album review. I do have some movie reviews coming that I believe are already pre-recorded. So I don't have to worry about that. They're gonna be coming up soon. I'm also gonna start watching. I got Howard the Duck I gotta watch over there. I got Underworld I gotta rewatch. Um, some movies I've already put on my list. I'm going to talk about some movies I really don't need to see to know that they're great and what I like about them. Today we're going to be talking about Deicide, a metal band. Deicide. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say their name. That's their 2013 album, In the Minds of Evil. So, Glenn Benton is the vocalist for Deicide. And he does bass as well. It's a four-piece from Florida, and I don't think that I know people are gonna give me crap if people actually follow the Deicide, and they're gonna give me crap. But I don't think there's been that much lineup changes. If there has, then I mean, metal's pretty notorious for. There was something on my lip there. I apologize if you see that. Um, but yeah, it's just metal is very notorious for having a lot of lineup changes. So when you see a band that doesn't have or talk about that many lineup changes, it's kind of cool. They may have had a few, but whatever. Let's get down to this album. The very first track, probably. And here's the thing about death metal is that, and they're pretty much death metal, is that it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of like rap in my eyes. I mean, you could talk about the beats like that, but also death metal's kind of like if once it goes to that little far, like Cannibal Corpse is kind of in the same vein as Decide, but they're actually more probably brutal than Decide is, in terms of musically, because they do get and I guess some of the mixing, I guess they probably sound the exact same. It's just the mixing is a little bit more heavier on Cannibal Corpse side, I believe. Um, from what I remember hearing, and Napalm Death. But In the Minds of Evil is the very first track, a very, very good song to start off. It's the title track of the album. It's an in-your-face song. You know, it starts the end of the CD and gets you kind of knowing what they're going to sound like. So if you've never heard them before, you're like, okay, this is what I'm in for. This is what kind of band they are. It basically sets the tone for the entire album. Not a bad song, you know. In the Minds of Evil is kind of that's the chorus, you know, that you kind of hear. And the good thing about Decide is they're not like you can understand what they're saying. That's kind of a good thing. I like that that they're heavy. They're kind of like Lamb of God, but they're I'm not saying I'm saying this they're like Lamb of God. I'm not saying they're exactly like Lamb of God. But I'm saying that like Lamb of God's heavy, but you can understand the lyrics. I always reference them because that's just a band that I know from my era. When I first started getting into kind of heavier stuff, they're one of the ones I really listened to that was super heavy. That was decently heavy. And there's other bands out there, but they're the ones that's the first one that comes to mind. But yeah, In the Minds of Evil, really good song to start. Number two, Thou Be Gone. Um, this song, shredding guitar, fast paced everything, with um, trying to read like little notes because I would never remember all these album stuff. I gotta write little notes down. And I'm trying to, with something vocals I wrote down. I have no idea what that means. What I wrote down. I have no idea what it says. Um, but it says around 215 mark. Here we go. I think there was like a solo or something. There was a really good solo around 215. I think it picked up the music and then there was a solo around that point too. That was really good. And that's the thing. The guitarist, whoever the guitarist is, man, which I didn't even look up. I'm stupid like that. I know I'm dumb. I'm not prepared sometimes when I talk about these music albums. And sometimes they don't tell you all the information, or sometimes if there's two guitarists, they don't. How are you gonna know? Like, yeah, like I said, this ain't an autobiography. This is mainly talking about the music. So if I miss something like information wise, I'm not there for that. I'm here for the music. I'm here to tell you if it's worth listening to or not. That's all I'm saying. But That Be Gone, not one of the best songs on the album. It wasn't bad. It was probably up there in the songs that maybe should have become the best songs on the album, but wasn't one of the songs I liked. Okay, so before I say the next album, this band is known for being, I think, do I want to say satanic? I want to say I think so. If not, then they were. No, no, I'm pretty sure it said something about they're known for like reading stuff from the Satanic Bible and stuff like that. So if you're not a believer in that, if you're a Christian and all that stuff, and I'm talking about this and you're not, listen, I don't. And here's the thing: I consider myself a Christian, but this band is supremely against it. I felt very awkward listening to it. I will tell you that right now. There was something about this album that kind of made me uncomfortable listening to it, and I didn't know this until I read the autobiography. I was already like 2 or 3 tracks in. I decided to go look at the about page on Spotify, and yeah. So number three track is God Kill, and God Kill was actually one of the good tracks on this album. It had a wild squeal. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. It had a wild squeal at 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and it just revved up the entire song. It got going. It was just amazing. Like this song got it. And there's a lot of this CD that I'm going to talk about, which I'm not going to necessarily say much about, because they all kind of sound the same. And like I said, that's the thing about death metal and rap is that like you can only say so much, and you kind of just kind of go listen to them. But this was just a lot of growling lyrics with being able to understand what they're saying, what Glenn was saying, the lead singer, and being able to hear that. There was no harmony or anything like that. It was just brutal metal, him growling and singing. You could understand the lyrics, and there was just heaviness behind him with a guitarist that could do solos, could do really good solos. So this is what I'm going to say about Deicide, especially this album. Past albums may be different, but this album right here was easy to listen to about half of it, and then it got kind of repetitive where I was like, okay, it's a good metal band. I can listen to it. They're easy to listen to, but it's repetitive. And that's the only downfall I say about Deicide, which if I'm a fan, I don't know. I'll have to check out another album. I'll probably do another album review and tell you guys if they're worth checking out another album. But this album right here was kind of like, it's not going to make you love Deicide. I think if you're coming into this and this is the first album that you buy of Deicide, you're probably not going to buy into them. There's going to have to be probably another album that's better, and maybe I just need to do my research and find a better Deicide album. If anybody knows one or listens to them, let me know down below what your favorite album of them is. Maybe this was not the best album to start out on. I just did the most recent one. It's usually what I try and do. There's some bands I start with the oldest. This one I started with the most recent. Number 4 was Beyond Salvation. Minute 25 solo, wow, with his vocals over top of it, and then it went right into the verse. It was, no, I think there was a solo and then his vocals after that, and then it went into the verse. Really good song. I didn't mark it because I think that it like went somewhere else after that, so it didn't end up being a very good song in my eyes. But I think I might have somewhat liked that. I don't remember. Number 5, Misery of One. This seemed like drumming infinity. It seemed like, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I know there is some bands that I can deal with that. This was just, I don't know. It was not. I was not into this one. Number 6, Between the Flesh and the Void. I love this. I don't know why I didn't mark it. I know this is one of probably the best song. Another one on the CD that was really good. And the Minds of Evil was one. God Kill was another one. Between the Flesh and the Void was probably another one. Because it was one of those where they didn't say the title of the song. That's always a plus. It sounds like the dumbest thing in the world, but great ranging guitar work in this song. They kind of went all over the place, which worked for this song. It was actually pretty good. Number 7, Even the Gods Can Bleed. Harsh lyrics. This is where it became a little uncomfortable to listen to because there's very harsh lyrics. I put the word ravenous down, where it brutal, upward spiral on guitar, and this thing made it cool. But the lyrics kind of killed it for me because I was kind of like going, whoa, whoa, why am I listening to this? Like, that's how bad the lyrics got, where it got kind of uncomfortable listening to this ravenous about their thoughts for, because Christianity and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not a heavy one, but you gotta listen to that song, and then you'll understand what I was saying. Number 8, Trample the Cross. The squealing at the beginning was cool. seemingly bland though. It didn't get me. Something about this, like it was just another Deicide song. It didn't get me going. Number 9, Fall into Silence. Yeah, just another song. This sounded like at this point they were all kind of sounding the same. And like I said, this is the one thing I don't like about death metal, and it's hard to find a band that's really really good. You know, bands that I like, you know, Nile, Malevolent Creation, you know, things like that. Those kind of bands, they have somewhat of a rhythm. They're not like this band, and I do like Cannibal Corpse. That they're not bad. I have listened to them before. Napalm Death is really good, and they're kind of in the same vein, I would assume, as this. But I think I guess kind of like grindcore a little bit more better. But this one's just basically, I don't know what you call it, like straight up, just like death metal, I guess. But some of those, you know, I gotta put the paper over. That's what you're hearing. Okay, just letting you know that. And I do have a 5 songs you should hear coming up, except I don't think I got a 5th one now for some reason. I wrote 4 down. Not gonna tell you what they are. I'm just gonna say it. Very heavy on the hard rock metal side. Um, Number 10, Killed the Light of Christ. Yes, that should tell you right there what kind of band this band is. Just another song. Didn't really click with me either. Yeah. Number 11, another good song, In the Wrath of God. Once again, going on with that uncomfortableness. And I like how they waited till like the 7th track, 8th track. What was it? What was that one track? Yeah, track number 7 to start doing like the really harsh stuff. I mean, before I'm sure they were saying stuff that probably I just wasn't catching, and I could hear the lyrics pretty distinctly, but I just wasn't really catching anything too harsh. But near the end of the album, it's like, oh, let it all go. The Inner Wrath of God was actually a really good song. You know, last song, you know, it was a pretty decent song. It was probably like it was probably one of the last songs to add to that top list of songs on the album, but you know, it seemed to be kind of reaching at times. But you know, the band can play. I'm gonna give them that. They're really good musicians. They can play. You know, and that's why they're one of the bands that you know I've heard about for so long, but never really checked them out. And it's kind of weird for me because I always like, and even back in the day, I would check out bands. Even when I wasn't doing videos, I would like to check out bands, and I'm sure I checked them out at some point, but they just never clicked with me. You know, but yeah, I'll give them that. They are a great band. I love them. They're not the best band in the world, but they're pretty cool. They're a pretty cool band. So if I was gonna sit there and tell somebody, hey, they're gonna be in concert, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll go. Yeah, as long as there's no sacrificial goats or lambs being sacrificed. That didn't make one bit of sense. Anyways, is there anything being sacrificed? I'm not gonna go because they seem kind of crazy. There you go. Deicide in the Minds of Evil, 2013 album. They're from Florida, so hey, I wonder if I hope they didn't get hit by that. Hopefully they don't live there anymore, because that would be horrible if something happened to them. Maybe I'll have to do research, give you an update in a later vlog, if they got hit or not. But anyways, there you go. Like, comment down below anything you would like me to add about Deicide maybe the next time I talk about them. If I do a next album, let me know which album I should check out next. Maybe you're like, you dumbass, they're the greatest band ever. This album is way better. You should have reviewed this. Well, tell me. I'll go check it out. And I'll give them the benefit of the doubt again. But this album was, you know, introduced me to them. Not bad. I'll check them out again sometime. Hope you guys like this video. All that jazz down below. You know, I'm not going to say, you've been here before. You've been to YouTube before. This ain't your first rodeo. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. And keep rocking and keep on listening to music. Later, guys.